Oh, yes. Next up will be Micah, and we're going to bring her section.
Okay, so talofa and good afternoon. My name is Micah Damien Vaofanua, and I have 7 middle names, which I'm not going to disclose right now, but 2 of those middle names are Samoan, 1 of them is English, and the rest are all different languages from all of the cultures that I'm made up of. For example, Hawaiian, I'm Tahitian, I'm German and Japanese, and somehow I'm Italian apparently, that's what my mom told me. And today, I'd like to start off with some guidelines. So what I'm doing today is called kanui. In Hawaii, it's more like an impromptu speech or performance, and it always has to end off in a dance. And one of the main ways that people are supposed to cheer in my culture of Samoa is called a fa'umu. So I want everybody to try it with me. If you've seen the TikTok of that one lady doing it and getting hated on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Promise you guys are gonna be all right. So a fa'umu, the way you spell it is C-H-E-E-H-O, and more or less you're gonna scream it. Don't scream it too loud, there's people working here, but I'm gonna do it with our TAs and teachers in the back as an example. And so you're gonna go, Chee-hoo. And don't worry, it sounds weird right now, but so the normal way of doing it is called, Chee-hoo! And that's how you do it. So are you guys ready? Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that's one of the ways that you cheer in American Samoa. That's one of the highest ways or forms of cheering in American Samoa. And I'd really appreciate it if you all just followed along with me in my story today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So my story for today tells about a friend and me having a little conversation back at school. So picture this. I'm at school, I'm walking around, I'm with my friend, and he's like, hey, don't you have to go somewhere today? And I said, yeah, I do have to go somewhere. It's my uncle's wedding today. And he's like, where's it at? I'm like, Hawaii. And I'm like, wait, I'm in American Samoa. It's $1,000 to go to Hawaii. Just don't go. And he says to me, oh, you're Hawaiian? And I'm like, yeah. And he says, I thought you were just Samoan. And I'm like, no, I'm Hawaiian, Tahitian, and I listed down. And he says, wait, if you're all of those, are you really Samoan? And friends, that kind of hit me really hard. And one of the things that I did that night, I laughed it off. And I'm very disappointed in myself for doing that. But when I walked home that night and I sat on my bed, I kind of asked myself, wow, why did I laugh that off? Why didn't I address the problem where it was? And then it turned all the way back to me. And I was like, wow, what makes me me? What makes Micah, Micah? And I sat on my bed that night and, well, okay, don't laugh at this, but my bed's on the floor, okay? I don't got a bed frame. I sort of asked myself that question like a million times, and where I come from, when you ask yourself something, you're not just asking yourself, you're asking your ancestors. And if you keep it in your mind too long, your ancestors will answer. And they don't answer you in the form of words, thoughts in your mind. They answer in song. Lotanu wafanawai eleleyoi levasae ua emoa mailunga ole tofi aunga Samoana Samoana alamai alamai Fayanei if of the time, ile pule yanawai, olonu ile vasai. And friends, the meaning of that song is Lotanu, and it talks about how a man calls on his nation to wake up, to stand for the oppression. It was made back in time when the Mo movement started, when New Zealand and the British colonized mainland Samoa, when tuberculosis and many other diseases were spread by ships of different ethnicities and of different peoples to Samoa. At that time, so many people in Samoa died. So many rations that were buried under the earth were used up that Samoa ran out of food entirely. And friends, when I woke up that morning, I knew to myself, I had the answer. I found the answer. And the next day, I found my friend. And I told him, hey, we gotta talk. And he said, what? How are you gonna say what when you just asked me the weirdest question ever yesterday? And I tell him, well, I have an answer to your question from yesterday. And he said, okay, go ahead. I told him all about Samoa. I told him about my culture, the singing, the faith. I told him about my names too, wow. And I had a smile on my face that entire time. And he asked me, you ain't mad? And friends, I told him, well, I'm so happy that I could tell people about my culture. I could sing, I could shout, and I could siva. And he asked me, siva? What does that mean? And I told him, let me show you.
Motas Boa.
And friends, after that, I never talked to him again. He never came back up to me. Kind of embarrassing, but it's okay, it's okay. I told my mom about it and she didn't really say anything either, so it's fine. I think at the end of the day, the moral of this story is the only person that can tell you who you are is you. And in the words of the mighty Michael Jackson, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Upside level, and thank you so much.